Good day, everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Star Trek Online. My name is Ubago, and with me once again is...
Megalomaniac, hello internet.
Good day. So last time we did a featured Foundry mission, and conveniently, within the time since then, Cryptic has released another featured Foundry mission.
2 in a row.
Yeah, like it's kind of incredible because like it was almost a year since the last one.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was a very long time since the last time they did a featured Foundry
Yeah, I don't think
mission.
a full year, but it was a while.
Yeah. So we're going to play that one today. In the Shadow of Midas, Part 1.
Not to be confused with the Shadow of Mordor.
Yeah, it's definitely not to be confused with that. Right, and well, let me... I'm actually not quite close enough. There we go. What was I going to say? So yeah, this is apparently going to be a 3-part mission, but apparently only the first 2 parts are released. Or at least they are at the time that this was recorded.
Which means you get the first 2 parts fairly close together, and you might never get the third one.
Yeah, who knows? But we're definitely going to keep our eye out for the 3rd part.
Mm-hmm.
So while we're getting this like traditional Foundry load time, we'll talk a little bit about some of the news over the last few weeks. The big one is that Cryptic seems to have gotten themselves another partner for 3D printing their models.
Yeah, I'm hoping it works out this time, because that's a cool idea.
I do as well. I took a look at the company's website, and they do 3D printing, but it seems like they are starting up a new game print thing, and STO is the first. So we'll see how this works out.
That's a good get for them, though. Cause
you know what, honestly,
Star Trek fans are crazy, and a lot of them have lots of money because Star Trek spurred them into the tech industry.
Mm-hmm. And like honestly, the way that Cryptic has talked about what this new, what this partnership is going to do, like it does kind of suggest it's going to be a little bit more of a premium product. Though, like the prototype one that they've shown off, the prototype print that they've shown off, looks very good. The only thing is they haven't really talked a lot about how, like what exactly you'll be able to print. They've commented a little bit that there will be some customization, and there will also be a selection of canon ships. Whether they mean like Star Trek canon or just STO canon is not very is a little bit vague. But yeah, they have basically said that they are and some of the options that you'll have there is like you can have them print it, or you can also have them print it and then paint it, which kind of sounds like they're doing a single color 3D print.
Yeah.
Which I mean that's fine. That's fine. Like it probably like I actually have a 3D printed game thing that I got like years and years and years ago, and it was multicolored, but I think it was like a very early generation multicolor.
Yeah, my understanding is 3D printers, they can't, like, getting them painted is a separate process.
So there are like multicolored 3D prints is not really new technology. Like they've been more like the plastic type multicolor 3D printers have been around for a few years. But yeah, like this technology is still a little bit. I don't know. Like I haven't really like done a lot with 3D printing, but the last time I looked into it, it looked like it was still like a little bit nascent, like not as reliable. But you know what? Like maybe it has. Like, maybe it changed. Like, this technology, like, kind of progresses pretty fast, and I haven't been paying a whole lot of attention to it.
I've just looked at Shapeways occasionally, and and it might just be for financial reasons, but it seems like everything is like, one solid color paint yourself.
Like that's definitely my understanding based on the technology is that single color print is probably the most reliable because you don't have to worry about like multiple different feeder heads and
plus I imagine just for this it's probably like getting the level of detail you would need with multiple colors in an STO ship would be far more expensive than a hand painted one, even though a hand painted one's certainly going to cost a lot of money.
Yeah, that's actually very likely. And so it looks like your options are like you can just get a single, like just get it printed, but it also seems like you can also pay a little bit extra to have it painted.
Yeah.
But like hand painted by their staff. So that sounds kind of neat.
That also sounds like really expensive.
Yeah, probably.
Hand painting is time consuming and requires expertise.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, depending on how much it costs when it comes out, I might grab something.
Yeah,
just probably unpainted and just do it up myself because I've got some modeling supplies anyway.
Yeah, I'll see. I mean, if the like for me, if the base color of the model is still going to be like Star Trek colored, then I might feel pretty comfortable with just getting it unpainted, because it's not like I really do a lot of the special paint jobs on my ships.
Yeah.
So like I could probably feel pretty fine about getting away with that and then maybe painting it. Or I mean I guess I could probably also just find whatever paint color and then solid paint it myself.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. The sizes also look like pretty meaningful. So yeah, like I was the last time, I'm cautiously optimistic. I really like the idea, and if they allow it to be like pretty customizable, like if I can make most of the like real custom ships in STO, I would definitely be very interested in making one. I would just need to figure out which ship.
I mean, to me, the most effective way of what they would be trying to do would be to basically get all the CAD models from the game, just be able to directly import those into a 3D printer.
Yeah,
I don't know how possible that is.
I don't know how possible that is, but depending on what the depending on how their models are built, because like their models are already built in a customizable manner.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of like how easy could it be for them to take those components and split them up in a 3D printer sense and then have them be fed into the machine.
Yeah.
And the other thing that I'm really hoping is that, considering how much of a disaster the last time they announced 3D printing, I am very much hoping that the fact that they are spending time announcing it now means that they are very close to an actual release.
Yeah, because last time the company they were working with just kind of exploded, right?
Pretty much. Like, they went radio silent for like a couple of months, and then the company that they had partnered with basically went under.
It's like a Kickstarter.
Oh no.
Oh no. Shout out to anyone who did that Robotech RPG Kickstarter.
Yeah, I heard about that recently.
Which, for people to know, some guys kickstarted Robotech RPG books, and they took so long to come out that they lost the Robotech license.
Wasn't it not just some people, but it was Palladium?
Yeah.
Who are the people with the Robotech license?
Well, not anymore.
like in a way, it's actually kind of incredible that they still had the Robotech license.
Because, like, really, who wants the Robotech RPG license?
I mean, Palladium, apparently.
Yeah, Palladium. But it's not like anime RPGs are a giant market.
Yeah, I don't know.
Also, this was a while ago I read it, so I don't know how true it is, but I heard, like, in a few years, Harmony Gold's actually losing the whole thing and it's going back to various Japanese companies.
Well,
I personally hope it's true.
It's like a big mixed thing. So
yeah,
I mean, the whole thing has always been complicated because
it's a giant legal.
Yeah, like for the most part, like a lot of the legal aspects have not been tested, so it's still slightly up in the air as to how it would actually shake out if someone were to challenge them. But like one of the crux of the issues is that according to the chain of licenses, like Harmony Gold has never actually owned the license, and it's just kind of wild. Like even with that aside, the way Harmony Gold has been using the license that they supposedly have is not in line with what the license actually is, and it's just it's a thing.
Yeah, and like at this point, so Robotech is a thing that people from my generation remember as, oh, it's a show, but it never got the like Transformers level of revival to where it's honestly probably not. Like they tried with that Shadow Chronicles movie.
Yeah,
I know there's been some attempts to get a Hollywood movie made, but
we'll see.
At this point, if Harmony Gold would probably make more money like importing Macross straight up.
Probably, but like they've been very
I don't think they can.
I mean, they've been spending so long like actively blocking attempts to bring over Macross.
They have, which I'm wondering if they even wanted to try. I'm wondering if the Japanese companies would play ball just because they've been kind of jerks about it.
Probably not.
But yeah, it's like I know there's toy licenses and stuff, but they can't be making that much money off of it.
Oh god, speaking of the toy licenses, have you seen the pictures of their like action figure line?
Yeah, the one with like the actual people.
Yeah, with the from the characters, and it's just like it's so bad. Like I've
seen worse.
Yes, I've seen worse. But like the ones I've seen worse were not like this. Like we're not like this style. Not like it's like the ones I've seen worse were like they're worse because they're McDonald's toys.
Yeah, that's the other factor of this is I didn't look at how much they cost.
Yeah, admittedly I haven't seen that.
If they're like $20 each, but if they're charging like Figma prices, no.
I don't know. Even $20 is too much for what I saw because they didn't even really look like they had real articulation.
Yeah, but I've also seen what were some bad ones that were like $20. Kind of hit and miss on Star Wars figures whether or not they look anything remotely like the actors.
I think actually like what kind of did it for me for those action figures was so the first picture of it that I saw, it was of Rick Hunter and it looked kind of all right, and then I looked through they had one of Max and Max just looked so bad.
Yeah.
It was like kind of a shame. I don't know. Like on one hand, maybe they're just prototypes. On the other hand, like why would you show bad prototypes?
Yeah, and the other factor is I don't want the people from Robotech.
There's some of them I would get a decent figure of if I could. Like I don't know, I would actually be. I mean, it would depend on the price, but I would.
Oh, okay. These I just looked up. So the entire wave of 5 figures. Actually, that's not too bad. It's $60 for 5 figures. So
15
and
each.
12 each.
12 each.
Yeah, 12, 15 each. Yeah, that's. I mean, for what these look like, that's not bad.
That maybe, I don't know.
Though they're also on a really weird scale.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I could honestly be convinced to have, like, if the price was right, I could be convinced to have a decent Max and Rick figure.
The thing is, looking at them, they don't look right for the audience. Like those
Yes.
look like the types of toys you would try to sell to a kid in a Toys R Us.
So one of the things, like, I remember commenting when I saw them at first, it was like they looked like 70s toys.
Kinda, yeah, or
Like-
80s
like
toys,
the-
which would
like
be
the action figure-
appropriate.
Yeah, like the action figures that would, well, quote unquote action figures that would have come out alongside Star Wars.
And like they're doing some human figures of the characters from the new Netflix Voltron show, and those don't look that great. But also, those are going to be like $10 each, and again, sold in a Toys R Us for kids, not, something collectors are going to want.
Yeah, so like that is.
Give me just a sec. I have to keep talking. I just need to empty my inventory some. So I will be a moment helping you kill things. But yeah, whereas for Robotech, kids aren't going to buy Robotech. Kids have probably not heard of Robotech.
Yeah, like the only people who'd even be interested in buying these would be like older collectors like us.
Yeah.
And you would want them to look pretty good.
Exactly. It's like, I would want the Figma style. These look really good and are superposable and have like 8 billion accessories and like 5 faces each.
Yeah.
And would pay like $40 for them.
Yeah. Yes. Like, I
mean, I say this as also being a crazy toy collector as it is. Like, you obviously are not as much.
Yeah, like, hey, I appreciate the quality of Figmas and Figo Arts. Like, I appreciate how good they look. But I mean, if I'm paying $50-ish for something like that, like, I can get a master grade Gundam model kit that's bigger.
You can.
Like, I get what they're going for, and I appreciate the quality that they're going for, but like, there's just something about the scale and the size that just slightly throws me off,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Meanwhile, I pre-ordered an $80 Widow Figma, so or Widowmaker, sorry. I almost said Black Widow, who also had like an $80 figure announced for the new movie, but I meant to say Widowmaker from Overwatch.
Speaking of, like, I really need to get the at the very least the May Nendo, because she is adorable.
So weirdly enough, I was at Best Buy earlier today. They straight up just sell that in Best Buy.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's true in Canada or not, but
I don't know if my Best Buy does, but I have absolutely seen that in my EB Games. So, I don't think I saw them there the last time I was in. But it was actually like a relatively decent price. Like, Nendos are still like fairly pricey for like what they are, but they look super adorable.
It's all like market. It's all how many people they expect to buy them versus what they cost to make.
Yeah, they seem a lot more they seem to have a lot more care into them, and the price is actually like fairly appropriate.
Like, the other example I can think of that is there's a line called Robot Spirits in Japan, which does like Gundam anime figures and stuff. And Gundams and stuff, $40-$50. Sometimes they'll do more obscure things like there's an anime called Cross Angie, which they did robot figures for. Those were like $80.
Oof.
But meanwhile, again, at Toys R Us, we have Pacific Rim Uprising ones that are like $20 and $30 just in a retail store in America, because that's a fairly big Hollywood movie.
Okay.
So they can sell them for that much.
I could also see like some of the they probably would have sold a lot more of the a lot more Pacific Rim ones, but I also could see a lot of those models being fairly simple, relatively speaking. Like Cross Ange,
that's the other
machine.
part, yeah.
Like the Cross Ange machines are like very thin and kind of complicated.
Yeah.
So like, I could see that being more of a thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then obviously Gundams have like 8,000 weapons and 12 hands each.
Alright, so you gotta just do a minor
puzzle
thing here. That's what I want. That's what I want.
Yeah. But yeah, Star Trek's similar situation with the whole toy figure thing is, you're not going to be able to sell them to kids that much. Though I did see, there's a line called Mega Constructs, which they used to be called Mega Blocks, but they're like, knockoff Legos.
Mm-hmm.
And they do a lot of like single minifigures of various things. They have Star Trek ones now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've seen a Spock, a Kirk, and a Picard.
Nice.
And they're a different style than Lego minifigures, but they have like lots of posability for comparatively. I thought that was neat. The Star Trek license is going through those.
Yeah, that's pretty neat.
They also, of course, do Halo, Call of Duty, Destiny.
Yeah, those ones.
Stuff.
Those ones are ones
for children.
Yeah, of course. That's part of the reason why I've seen them, and it's been kind of interesting.
I mean, as toys, there's nothing wrong with Halo or Call for that stuff, because they're just toys and they're block figures. They're not,
And like
you can't have your little Lego man shoot the other one and have like blood explode from his head.
Yeah, and like to be honest as well, like Lego has like Marvel and Star Wars, which are not violent but still have people.
Yeah, Lego's never straight up done like contemporary military stuff, so I think they disallow it.
Pretty much.
I'm not 100% sure, but I think it is like corporate mandate that they can't do realistic guns and stuff, so they have to stick to sci-fi-ish type things.
However, they can do knights.
Oh, heck yeah.
And ninjas.
They haven't done knights in a while. Yeah, they do ninja. Well, they do Ninjago, which is like... I don't know what the actual plot of Ninjago is, because I only see the sets, but they're like color-coded ninjas, and they all have robots and stuff, so I just generally assume it's a Power Rangers wannabe. Which is okay with me. Like, when that movie came out, I was severely tempted to get... one of the sets was like the green dude, and he has like a Lego robot, like Shenlong style dragon that
Nice.
I kind of wanted to get. Which I still might, because it's a Lego set and it's still around. Bad sectors.
Yeah. I just kind of wish that like the Lego pre-built or the Lego pre-constructed kits were like slightly cheaper.
Oh. You gotta look for sales, but yeah, Legos are not cheap.
Like you get like boxes of random bricks are actually fairly cheap. But like, if you want any sort of kit,
Mm-hmm.
it is pretty pricey.
And then you got, like, if it's one of the licensed ones, you got to pay that, the
Yeah,
Disney tax or
yeah,
whatever.
they are very, very expensive.
Yeah, they did a Saturn V rocket for Apollo 11, and that's, I want to say $120. I really want it though,
Like I'm sure it's
because
good,
like it's a
but
full-on Apollo 5 rocket or Saturn V rocket, not Apollo 5 rocket, where like you build the lunar lander and the orbital reentry module and all that, and it all splits apart and everything. It looks amazing.
oh, that sounds so good. But
Yeah.
it also just sounds like that's a lot.
The way a Lego savvy friend of mine explained it to me is you want to look at the piece count, and like a fair set is roughly 10 cents a piece, he said.
Okay, that sounds
And
actually.
that one's like 1,900 pieces, so that actually seems pretty good. It's just they're going to be smaller pieces. Whereas some of the Star Wars sets are much less than that, much less efficient than that.
I will say though, like I've seen some of those kits constructed, and like they look very, very good.
Yeah, my roommate has the Millennium Falcon from the last movie, and it looks really nice. And now we blew stuff up.
Yeah, we destroyed this ship using incinerary charges instead of, like, I don't know, shooting it from orbit.
I don't know. I don't think any of us could do an orbital strike on this ship.
No, no, not a single one of us.
No.
At least not one that would be sufficient to destroy it. You know, it's more like an orbital flashlight. So I guess we haven't really been talking too much about this episode.
No, not really.
Um,
We got distracted by Legos and toys and stuff. We should just do a toy podcast.
yeah, maybe we should.
I'm half kidding. I'm sure there are toy podcasts out there.
There are plenty. I am absolutely sure.
I know for a fact there was one dedicated to Transformers specifically because I listened to it. Well, more than one dedicated Transformers, but one I listened to is dedicated Transformers and focuses heavily on the toy side of it as opposed to movies, cartoons, etc., etc., etc. Hey, more dudes who want to shoot us.
Oh, we're gonna shoot him back.
It's Tuesday. What do they want?
Jeez, just
The joke being, it literally is Tuesday that they're shooting us, or that we're recording this. I've actually considered looking into getting some like Star Trek model kits actually, because I don't have any. It'd be nice to have a nice little Defiant to stick on my desk. So we got a Dreadnought now. Whoops, I exploded. Uh, there we go. Dreadnought's destroyed. Hi! Are you still in the game?
Yeah, oh yeah, I'm still in the game. There we go.
Okay.
Well, thank God.
Yeah, I was wondering why you got quiet.
So, like, all of a sudden, I heard, like, a pop, and then it looked like Audacity froze for a moment, and then, like, I wasn't hearing anything, and thankfully, Audacity is fine.
Yay!
I'll just have to do some funny work later on, but that's fine. That's fine.
They really don't want us recording this episode.
No! Oh my God! This is... So, in honesty, this is actually the second time we're doing this. I didn't really
It's
want to
also
make
part
it...
of why we weren't talking about the episode that much.
Yeah, like, I didn't want to make a deal about it, but we had some technical issues, and I need to very quickly look. Nope. Okay, good. It is actually still recording. Thank
Yeah,
God.
we don't need to do this a third time.
I hope not. Like, I'm still getting all indications. I'm still getting... Alright, good. Let's just get through this, and then I can do the editing work, and let's just get this over with. No, I don't really mean it like that. Like, I actually, like, honestly like this
No, it's
mission,
not a bad mission.
and, like, doing it a second... Like, it's kind of a cool mission, and I don't mind doing it a second time.
Yeah, it's not like, if we had crashed out on, those, like, really early, super grindy ones.
Yeah. Like, if I had to replay one of the... Like, the missions that were at the very beginning of my Let's Play series, before they rebuilt a whole bunch of them, I would be very upset if I had to redo one of those episodes.
Or, like, friggin'
thankfully I
into
don't.
that Romulan story. With the giant fleet battle where I exploded every 5 seconds.
Yeah. I mean, at least that mission, like, you can finish that mission without necessarily doing much.
It's true.
Because at least your fleet allies are, like, capable.
It's true.
But that's fine. It's fine.
Everything's fine. This is fine. Picture of the dog in a burning building.
Anyway, I hope you had some interesting dialogue during the time that I was silent, because I don't know, we'll probably leave that in. Probably be interesting.
I mean, no, but I could go back and re-record, like, me reciting poetry or something.
Nah, it's okay.
Quote the Raven, nevermore. I sadly do not know the Raven from memory.
Nah, like, I'm not that familiar with their work.
You mean Edgar Allan Poe?
I was trying to make a joke about quoting the Raven.
Oh.
Ha ha ha.
Is that a band? Is there a band called Quoting the Raven? Because if not, there should be.
I wouldn't be surprised. You know what? I made this joke before, and I'm going to make it again. I don't know how they got these boxes in this hallway. Neither does the quartermaster, and that's great.
Don't worry about the boxes, okay?
You know, like, the place is under construction. That's fine.
Yeah.
But
It's
like, those boxes, like, did they literally just teleport those boxes into the hallway, like,
Yes.
How does this make sense?
It's not drugs.
Also, like I'm pretty sure that the big like these things are here just because they were here on like when this was a story map.
Probably.
It didn't make a lot of sense then. It still doesn't make a lot of sense now, but whatever, it's fine.
There, in fact, does seem to be a band called Quote the Raven.
Oh, of course.
Well, a duo, I guess I should say. They do have a Facebook page. It's not endorsement of their music because I have not heard any of their music, but they are a musical group. So good on them. Whoops, explosions.
Uh-oh. So we ran into some kind of warp inhibitor. Some kind of interdiction.
That's Star Wars.
Also, like, here is still one of my favorite dumb, goofy, cryptic things that they've never fixed and probably never will.
Beam me out of a turbo lift.
We're gonna beam out of a turbo lift. I'm at a point where I don't know if Cryptic can ever fix it. Actually, no. Cryptic can totally fix it. They could totally just add a flag.
Is it worth the trouble to fix it? Is actually the real question.
Yes, like they could totally add a map transition flag that is just do not transport. Like they could, that is something that they could add, and they probably haven't really wanted to because there are so few instances in Cryptic stuff that you like beam out in this manner. Because like normally in Cryptic stuff, if you are transitioning like in a turbolift or something, you are transitioning to another ground map. The reason you beam out there is because you're transitioning to a space map.
Yeah.
And Cryptic's default response to transitioning to a space map is to do a beam out animation. It's like they would have to add the ability to like just flag, no, I'm not actually beaming anywhere. Which like that's something they could totally do, and I don't think would necessarily be that much work, but it would also probably require them to retrofit a bunch of even their own stuff, let alone what it would do to Foundry authors.
Yeah, so I said I don't think it's worth it to fix it.
But at the same time, like it would make future Foundry stuff like better. I was thinking about it last time, and I'm still thinking about it. I wonder if that array is a prefab thing, or if it's just a bunch of individual things stacked on top of each other. It probably is just a bunch of individual like stations stacked on top of each other.
Yeah.
Like it kind of looks like it with how like the same a lot of those parts are.
Way back in the day, when I was but a young lad, I used to make missions for X-Wing versus TIE Fighter / X-Wing Alliance. That's those old games. And at one point, I think it was actually my first mission. I wanted to have this like assault on a gigantic space station type thing. So I literally just like shoved like 5 or 6 of the game's other space stations together to make something huge, and flagged all but like this one particular one in the center to be invincible. So you kind of had to do the whole, Death Star run, take out the core type thing.
Nice.
Yeah. Because, missionaries for that game were fan-made, so everything kind of worked with, like, spit and duct tape.
Yeah, pretty much.
So we had script around everything.
Like if it was anything like the TIE Fighter when I was doing stuff with it, like,
Yeah,
that sounds about right.
basically same engine. I think the TIE Fighter one was made by a different guy, but the X-Wing versus TIE Fighter and X-Wing Alliance editors that most people use were all by the same guy. I forgot what they were programmed in, though.
Oh no, here we are, trapped.
In a cliffhanger.
Oh, hey, we can... Oh, there it goes. We'd be like, hey, we can actually shoot these this time, but then... Actually, can you shoot them? Because there are
No.
two that seem to actually be active.
No, but also they're not actually hurting me.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, I'm just gonna fly around them.
Alright. Alright, this end broke a little bit more than the end of it the last time.
You can just straight up warp out, though.
Yeah. Just like we are, just like is normal for every Foundry mission, you need to leave by just warping out. That is something I hope Cryptic actually fixes. But, like, if they haven't done it yet, they're probably not going to.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it doesn't matter. It doesn't necessarily actually be worth it.
Yeah. Anyway,
Words.
I think that's actually, like, a pretty cool cliffhanger ending. And honestly, like, the way that final part actually kind of works is that it seems like there is a funnel of... invisible walls that pushes you to in front of the Agamemnon, so that you have that like climactic showdown stop, which is like pretty cool, honestly.
Yeah, it's a fun mission.
Yeah. So
And of course, in the Shadow of Midas, Part 2 begins right here,
convenient.
which we'll do later.
Yeah. So we'll do that next time.
Yes, next time, barring any weird. Cryptic dropped a new Foundry or a new featured episode without telling anyone.
Probably, like, it's possible, but probably not. We know that this week they are doing a new Enter the Breach event for the rest of the month. So look forward to that. I still really like that mission.
Also, Infinity lockbox thing.
Oh, yep, the Infinity lockbox
and Infinity R&D.
So they're absolutely getting ready for there to be a new... in fact, there probably is a new featured episode coming soon.
Yeah, but not before next time we record.
Probably
unless
not
they
before
just
the
like
next...
drop it.
Probably not. No, that
Sega Saturn style, and it's available right now.
Oh no, it is probably actually going to be in a few weeks, so we'll probably have time to record part 2 before the next featured episode. So until then, we'll see you all next time.
Bye, everybody.